now, here's the simple version. For the song Everybody Wants to Rule the World, we are going to learn the chorus in 4 parts. The first thing we want to do is locate the middle of our keyboard. Generally, the middle of our keyboard will be the vocal range, the part that the person sings. And on this 88 key keyboard, I have a group of 3 black keys and a group of 2 black keys in the middle of the keyboard. The exact center is the space in between those 2 groups. For the right hand, I want to be focusing on starting on the white key just to the right of a group of 3 black keys. For the left hand, I'm going to find a lower group of 3 black keys and then go even lower to this group of 2 black keys, and my left hand will be starting on the white key just to the right of that low group of 2 black keys. If your keyboard isn't wide enough to do this, you could try playing 1 position higher in your left hand. You might have a little bit of crashing of the hands here. So if you have the space, definitely go 1 position lower. Once we have found this starting position, part 1 goes like this. We find the white keys just to the right of these groups of black keys, a group of 3 black keys in the right hand, a group of 2 black keys in the left hand. For part 1, both hands will go at the same time. The left hand will continue to hold while the right hand does a big jump up. It's going to jump up and play the bottom black key of this higher group of 3 black keys. So notice we started on the white key to the right of a middle group of 3 black keys. Then we jump up to play the black key to the left, the very bottom one of this higher group of 3 black keys. So let's try that again. Both hands go together. The right hand does a big jump up. Then it comes right back down to that white key. Now, this makes a pattern that we are going to repeat. So we've done that jump up, we've come back down. Now to finish the pattern, we step down 1 white key. So we end up playing 4 keys in this pattern. Hands together, 1, big jump up, 2, come back down, 3, and then just a simple step down for 4. Let's try that pattern again. So we find the starting position. Both hands go together. White key in the right hand. Big jump up to a black key. Then come straight back where we started. And finish by stepping down a white key. Now, the nice thing about the second half of part 1 is we reset the right hand and our left hand simply steps up and plays the leftmost black key of this group of 3 black keys. Now from here, we just do that pattern again. So hands together, big jump up to a black key, come back down, and step down to this nearest white key. So let's try that again. We reset both hands, play hands together, hold the left hand, right hand does a big jump up, comes back down, steps down. Now, both hands step up, and we do that same pattern. Big jump up, come back, and then step down. Now, in terms of the rhythm, it's a very important part of music. We want to make sure that we're playing it exactly the same rhythm as the original. The nice thing about the melody, and we're playing the melody in the right hand here, is that all of the tones are the same length. So we play hands together here. So in this case, we're playing 8 tones in the right hand for the entire part 1 and 2 tones in the left hand. So let's just focus on this pattern. Hands go together. We go 1, 2, 3, 4 tones in that pattern. And then we do it again, but our left hand steps up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that with no hesitations. Hands together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For part 2, the right hand will start off in the same position it did in part 1. The left hand left off playing this leftmost black key of a group of 3 black keys, just lower than the middle group of 3 black keys. And we're going to step up to the nearest white key to start off part 2. So once we have found this starting position, part 2 goes like this. You will notice the right hand is very busy in part 2, but the left hand simply plays this white key and then steps down to play the nearest black key, the one we finished off with in part 1. We find this starting position. Both hands go together. Now again, just like in part 1, we play 4 tones in the right hand while we are holding this left hand key. So both hands go together for 1. 2 is going to be that big jump up we did in part 1. Then the third tone is a step down to play the white key just to the right of a group of 2 black keys. And the fourth tone is simply a step down from there, playing the white key in between a group of 2 black keys. So for the right hand, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 tones. Okay, let's try that hands together. 1, big jump up. 2, 3, 4. Now for the second part of part 2, the left hand will come down to play this leftmost black key of a group of 3 black keys. The right hand will again play that same starting key that we had pretty much at the beginning of part 1, the second part of part 1, and the first part of part 2. Both hands will go together. The right hand will step down a white key. Then it will skip down to copy what the left hand's doing. And the left hand is playing the bottom black key of a group of 3 black keys. So far we had these 2 together, a step down, a skip down to a black key, and then skip back up. We end up playing these 3 keys, but we are playing 4 different times. So hands together, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's reset to get the starting of part 2. Hands together, 1. Second tone is way up high. Third is a skip down to a white key. And the fourth is a step down from there. Then both hands reset. Left hand on a black key, right hand on that starting white key. This is tone 1. 2 is a step down. 3 is a skip down to this black key. And 4 comes back. Okay, let's try that again. So we find the starting position of part 2. Hands together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we do the second half of part 2. We reset here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you are familiar with musical theory, we are playing the tones of the D major scale. Let's reset here. The right hand does a big jump up, small skip down to a white key, step down, then it skips down, and the left hand steps down to a black key. We step here, we skip down to a black key, and come back up. Okay, let's count the tones and try to have no hesitations. Find our starting position. Hands together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's review parts 1 and 2. We find our starting positions for part 1. We are playing the white keys to the right of these groups of black keys. And let's focus on how many tones we play in the right hand for every tone in the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left hand steps up. We do that pattern again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for part 2. Right hand steps up. Left hand steps up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right hand skips down, left hand steps down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more time. Reset for part 1. 1, big jump up, 2, 3, 4. We do that again with a new left hand tone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now part 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Both hands move down. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What song should I do next? Leave a comment below.
For part 3, we'll keep this nice and short, and it will copy the pattern we had in part 1, except the left hand does a little bit more movement. So let's find the starting position for part 1, and part 3 will sound like this. So you'll notice the right hand is playing the same 4-tone pattern that we did in part 1. The only difference is the left hand is only holding for 2 of those tones. So we go 1, 2, then when we play the 3rd tone of that pattern, the left hand steps up to this bottom black key of a group of 3 black keys. Okay, so try that again. Hands together. 1, 2 is a big jump up. 3 comes straight back down, and the left hand steps up to this black key. 3, 4. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's review parts 1, 2, and 3. We find our starting positions for part 1. And we're holding the left hand for every 4 tones the right hand plays. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat that pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Part 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now part 3. 1, 2, Left hand moves, 3, 4. And one more time, a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Part 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Part 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's finish learning the chorus by adding the fourth part. So just like in parts 1, 2, and 3, our starting tone in the right hand is the same. The left hand will start off by playing the white key in between the bottom 2 black keys of this group of 3 black keys. We left off in part 3 playing this bottom black key, so in part 4 we step up. Once we have this starting position, part 4 sounds like this. From the starting position of 2 white keys, both hands play together. The right hand plays 2 tones for every 1 tone the left hand holds. Both hands go together, right hand steps down a white key. Then from here, the left hand steps up a white key, but the right hand skips down to this black key. From here, the right hand skips this white key to play the white key just to the right of a group of 2 black keys. So far, in the right hand, we played this white key, stepped down, we skipped down to this black key, and then we did a little skip to this white key. Let's put those together. 1, 2. Now, left hand steps up, right hand skips down. 1, 2. And now the finishing touch, the right hand steps down a white key. Now notice, it's playing right in between a group of 2 black keys. So find another group of 2 black keys lower, and that's what the left hand is going to do. Let's do that again. Find our position here. Okay, hands together. 1, 2. Both hands move in close together. 1, 2. And now both hands move down, but the left hand has to do a big jump. And we hold this a long time because that's the finish. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then both hands go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can hold it for another 4 counts. Let's review parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. We find our starting position for part 1. And remember, we are holding the left hand once for every 4 tones that the right hand plays. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left hand moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Part 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Part 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Part 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
To take your playing to the next level, become a member at pianohooks.com. And if you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe.